Do you have questions about buying or selling a home, not sure if you qualify? Your local real estate agent Antoinette Ware is here for you. Do you live out of town, moving out of town, or looking for investment property? Well, let's work together and make it happen. Antoinette Ware can be reached at 419-917-6258. The name you know, celebrating over 20 years, serving Toledo and surrounding areas. Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, Frida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. Frida's Cleaning Service. Our reputation is always spotless.
Are you tired of driving around a dirty car? Say hello to the ultimate solution for your car. Quick Auto Detail, home, work, or wherever. Their mobile car spa will clean and shine your car anytime and anywhere. Their products are gentle on your car's paint, and they use only the highest quality materials. Book your appointment now.
This is Pepper Gomez of Wake Up Music, and you are listening to my favorite, The Queen Silvy Show.
Hey, this is Rocky Athas, the Texas Tornado, and you're listening to The Queen Silvy Show. You guys keep rocking the blues.
Hi, this is TV comedy impressionist Christopher G from the other side of the pond saying hi, and I love the Queen Silvy Show.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11. Good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim. Get smooth with Tim. They have you rolling like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show, got the #1 spot. Look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 Look out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, it is Smooth Tim, and thank you so very, very much for dropping by and spending another super terrific Tuesday with us on the award-winning Queen Silvy Show. Speaking of the Queen, it is now my pleasure to bring her to you, the Queen herself, the sexiest granny in the world, Queen Silvy.
Well, you got that right. I am Queen. Yeah. Silvy of the multiple award winning The Queen. Silvy Show. You. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. I certainly hope you are ready for this super greatness. Hold on tight. You are going to be amazed. You are going to enjoy our guest for today. But first, Smooth, how are you?
I am doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen, and how are you doing?
As always, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, you are simply amazing.
Amazing, yes. Whew. Hard to believe, but it is true. I am amazing. You are amazing, Smooth. You are amazing. We have an amazing guest today, as well as your announcements. Yes?
You know what? Yes, we have Mala Diego. I hope I'm saying that right. Going to be on the show today, and she is a guitarist, singer, and I think she is really going to set your world on fire. No pun on the song.
Hey.
But otherwise, hey, as always, we appreciate having you here with us on a Tuesday. And you saw some announcements, hey, over the weekend they had the ceasefire in Gaza. Praise the Lord. Thank you for answering our prayers and ending all that inhumanity. And otherwise, for all the Detroit Lion fans out there, better luck next year. Otherwise, how about some shout-outs to the people in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Germany, Poland, Africa, Ireland, France, and Australia. Appreciate y'all listening on in.
Yes, we do. In fact, if you're watching this live, I want you to know that Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on the archive,
our love is everlasting.
Our love is everlasting.
I also forgot to mention the wildfires in California. Trying to get those under control. There's all kinds of stuff going on, but hey, thoughts and prayers out to you people too.
Absolutely, everyone worldwide. Our hearts and prayers go out to you all. But
sorry, I interrupted.
I was just like, okay, so now let's see. What was I saying?
What was I saying?
Yeah. That I am Queen Silvy. Off with your head. Nevertheless.
Let them eat cake.
Hey, you do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get the super greatness we have in store for you. It's a great Tuesday. It's a little chilly up here. I don't know where you are, but stay safe.
It's chilly
and
everywhere.
Stay warm.
Yeah, especially
Very
today.
cold.
Yeah,
Listen.
Wind chills, no joke.
Absolutely.
I almost dropped the F-bomb.
That's all right. You can do it. Off with your head again. But what I like to do at this moment before I get into my great conversation with my wonderful guests is I like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. I believe the most alluring thing a woman can have is confidence. It's actually one of the keys to success. Self-confidence is a superpower. You got that? Once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts happening. And you know the saying, a woman with a voice is by definition a strong, confident woman. So trust me, there is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. So soar. Yeah. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you, baby. Not me, you, baby. Yeah. I'm going to keep it going also because I insist on giving shout outs to my good friends, my good kings and queens all over the world, like Pepper Gomez and Wake Up Music, holistic health advocate Marva Riley, Marie McKenzie and the International Sexual Assault Recovery Institute, Carmen Jewel and Massage Therapy by Carmen, Simone Enterprise and Entertainment Company, and the Simone Family Foundation. A Journey Through Healing with Beatrice Crawford, Daniel Lee,
Shout out to you.
Kinsley Patino, Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Follette Clark, and Kenneth Rawls.
Shout out to you.
The Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Patino, and Joan Mercer.
Shout out to you.
To Queen Aaliyah, Asia, Tay, Maya, Camille, and Dejour.
Shout out to you.
To my grandchildren and my great grandchildren. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Jonathan Easley, Lee Allen, Wade and Katrina, Melvin and Teresa, Kaki, and Mike, LP, and Cynthia. Hey.
Shout out to you.
Queen Sonia, Kaki, Shanika, Alana, Brianna, and Precious.
Shout out to you.
To Nancy, Delia, and Chrissy from Fort Worth, Texas.
Shout out to you.
To Ryan, Kelly, and the All American Boys, Matt and Tracy, and the All American Girls. Oi.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. To Pamela Anderson, C. Shorty Franklin, Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin, Renita Easley, Gold Rosa, Donna Ferry, and Pam Bailey.
Shout out to you.
I think I need to calls. Yeah, I need to call. I need to pause for the call. And clear my throat. Here we go.
Oof, oof. Meow. Ready.
Ooh, it's the ribbit. Don't knock it till you try it. To my good friends in Africa, Amy Kanema, Webster Rito, Hostile Flow, Hero Boy, and Princess Aria Lua.
Shout out to you.
Sabrina William, Pinky Harmon, Sassy Savage, Robin Taylor, DJ Team Broke, 100.
Shout out to you.
To my good friends in the United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross.
Shout out to you.
Lorenzo Gabaniza, Christine Lewis Anderson, James and Audrey, Sirius Edition, and Nana Linda Hartley.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. To Edith Verhoek, Queen D. Brown, Sandra and Ben Johnson, Melody Gore Dobbs, Miguel Montebon, Brian Pearson, and my good friend, Joe Mass.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you would love to be shouted out, if you have someone you would love for us to represent and shout out, hey, we will hook you up 3 days a week. Every Tuesday with the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show, every Wednesday with Tim's Tidbits, and every Thursday with the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, as we bring the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world just for you. Check out this resource. And when we get back, oh, it is so on with super greatness. Wonderful guests, wonderful music, all for you on The Queen Silvy Show. Join me every Tuesday for fun and games and play for cash. That's right. Sylvia Mid, the fun word guessing game is back and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information and you are in there, baby. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Hey, we are back on this terrific Tuesday. As I said before, you do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get the super greatness we have in store for you. A beautiful, multi-talented, extraordinary musician whose journey seamlessly weaves between the realms of the music industry and law. She's a licensed attorney in New York, eh? With over a decade playing and traveling successfully with various bands, now an independent rising star, making moves, making waves with Wake Up Music Group, transcending boundaries and defying expectations. Live, I introduce to you singer, songwriter, guitarist, and lawyer, Molly Diago. Hi, Molly.
Hi, everybody.
Did I say your name correct? Diago?
Yes.
Okay, that's a pretty name. Thanks for taking the
Thank
time
you.
being here on the show. Molly, you've been a part of music in one way or another, including playing the electric guitar at the age of 16. But share a little bit about your early experience with music.
Sure. So I started playing guitar, I think I was in middle school. I had gone to a concert and I loved it. And I really wanted to learn how to do that. So that Christmas or my birthday, something like that, I got a guitar and I haven't really put it down since. I think that organized music wise, my first band, I was in high school and just me and a couple of friends got together to jam. And I was very fortunate. My high school had a recording studio. So we got to play around, and write music a lot. And, we started playing shows and we loved it. We got signed, which was a lot of fun. We hit the road and that kind of got me going.
Did you self-teach yourself the guitar?
Yes and no. In the beginning, yes, but I ended up working with Chris Caffrey, who is a guitar player for Sabotage and Trans-Siberian Orchestra. He worked to sort of develop my skills a little bit as a lead guitar player. So, I think we worked together for a few years, and you know, he's great. So I learned a little bit of this, a little bit of that from him. Of course, YouTube. There's a lot of good stuff on there today, and then you know, some of my own, sort of fooling around with it. So a little bit of everything.
Hey, that's all right. I hear a lot of people talking about you and the guitar. She's bad. She can play. And I'm like, that's good. I mean, you can see around us, we're guitar heads too. We have them all around here. When we get bored, we get them in here and
I
just have our
saw.
own jam
I
sessions
saw
and
you. You
things.
look like you got some good stuff there.
Yeah, but not as good as you. But tell me, is
Oh,
music in your family? Like, is it in the blood? Like, there's other
oh,
musicians in the
excuse me.
family?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Oh man. Yeah. So my dad plays the drums, and actually he joined us on our very first tour that I went with. I'm so sorry, with the band that I got signed. And he definitely encouraged me to, you know, to get with it, and having him as a resource was definitely helpful. He showed me a lot of artists and such that he likes that have kind of been my inspiration.
Hey,
So
hey, if you want to take a pause and go grab yourself some water, go right ahead. Me and Smooth can
that would be great. Just
go
one
go
second.
for it.
I'm
Me and
so sorry.
Smooth can talk
Ooh.
because I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely.
I should have
Yeah,
had
okay.
my guitar hooked
So
up
her dad
we
was a
could jam.
percussionist. We've learned that much so far. She started playing in grade school, and she played in the garage band.
Multi-talented.
We're learning some stuff
she's so
already.
Swag. So sorry
multi-talented.
about that.
Hey, that's all right. It happens. Trust me. If I have to pee, I'm going to get up right now and go pee. I'm just going to get up and go pee. So if your your throat, hey, handle that.
Ain't no excuses. Just go ahead
none
and do what you got to
whatsoever.
do.
Sorry. No, thank you. Usually I have my water right here, but for whatever reason I sat down without it. So, but we're good now. So yeah, my dad definitely was playing a lot of music, you know, around all the time, and he was a drummer. So he went on tour with us, my very first tour when I was 16. So he's, you know, been around, and we got to play in some cover bands together when you know, we sort of got back from those tours. So, you know,
That's
always
pretty
around.
interesting. I mean, you're getting that experience early on, which is great.
Real quickly, I'm going to dove into you mentioned cover bands. What kind of bands did you guys cover?
So we were in two different cover bands together. One was a country band, one was like a modern rock band. Well, modern for the time. So it was, you know, 2000s rock, you know, which I love. That's still my favorite stuff to play.
All right.
But we did that to sort of fill the space between the summers when we go on the road, because I was still in school. So I couldn't necessarily pick up and leave high school, you know, to go do that stuff. So it kept us busy.
Well, you know, you still look young, and fact that you started early on playing in various bands, various genres early on. How would you perceive your growth as an artist from your humble beginnings to now?
That's actually a great question. I mean, you definitely notice it, especially, you know, this day and age, everything's on video. You know, and me, especially in high school, I learned how to, you know, record. I learned how to use, you know, recording systems, equipment, etc. So as soon as I got out of high school, I bought my own stuff because I loved it, you know. And so I listen a lot back to the earliest recordings that I have to kind of measure just musically how the skill progressed, how the writing progressed, you know, everything. And that's sort of been my true measuring stick, is listening back to the recordings over the years. And I was super fortunate to, again, grow up in a place where just so happens they had a music recording program that I could, you know, have a tool to be able to look back and see. And then I think just the maturity that you go through as a
Right.
musician. When I was young, I definitely had a very different perspective than I do now about music. And I think that that's another sort of way that I measure, you know, progressing as a musician and as a person and everything. But I'm definitely grateful for all the experiences that I got to have, you know, starting so young.
Right. Smooth.
Oh, I was going to ask now that, and I don't want to necessarily call you a crossover artist because you said that you like rock, you like country, and I would imagine there's other genres that you are interested in and can play. But do you adapt your performance in accordance to the crowd in that way? Maybe I might have a
Yeah,
more,
for sure.
and yeah,
For sure. My favorite thing as a guitar player is because you don't have a mic necessarily in front of your face, you know, when you're a guitar player. So you have to, your stage presence, the way that you're playing, the way you're hitting solos and everything, it definitely changes to try to fit the crowd and, you know, what they're looking for and what they're vibing off of, for lack of a better term.
Right.
And I think that actually I learned that best in the cover bands, because the cover bands, it is a little bit of an easier runway to be able to learn how to feel a crowd, because without a doubt they're going to know almost every song you're playing, right?
Mhm.
So you can really learn the energies from, I
Oh
guess
yeah.
going to a bar and, playing Summer of 69 50 times, So I think absolutely you have to adjust, and you have to read the room a little bit to be able
Right.
to, if you don't sort of connect with the audience, really quickly figure out how to,
Right.
change your style, change your energy to really get the room moving. Because regardless of what you're playing and how good or bad it is, if you got people smiling and having a good time, they're going to think it was the best thing ever. So that's always the goal
Absolutely.
for
You're
sure.
right. I'm like, drink up, guys. The more you drink, you're gonna party. That's what's up. But was you gonna say something?
No, no, no. I mean, she's 100%
Yeah,
right.
she is.
There's many people that we know that's the position that they take. They will adjust their music, and
Right.
even their seat recorded music, according to the crowd.
Yeah. Now let me just say this. You have beautiful hair, right? So when you
Oh,
up there on the
thank you. So do
guitar,
you. I love those curls. Oh my
girl,
gosh.
thank you.
I'm jealous of them.
Oh, really? Well, I'll hook you up. 1999. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But listen, with your beautiful hair, I'm trying to picture like, you know, you on stage. Do you throw the hair while you're playing the guitar and just whip
Oh,
it?
absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. You got to get into it.
okay.
Sometimes I lose my place because the hair gets in my face. I can't see, but I try. After a lot of headbanging, you kind of figure out, what to do and,
Well,
and how to keep your form. Well, because if I got it, I got to flaunt it a little bit,
right. I was gonna say, girl, whip it, whip it. That's all right.
Whip it good.
100%. Absolutely.
So and from playing in various bands, have you ever? Now tell me, you can be honest with me. Have you ever been in a band where someone within the band didn't like you or was jealous? I've
Well,
had many female artists tell me some stories about the traveling, the touring, and how it can be when you're in a part of a band. You all these different personalities and want to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? How do you
for
handle that?
sure. It's so hard to manage that too. But to be honest with you, that's why I started singing, is because I wanted to be the boss. In
Right?
all honesty, like
Right?
I knew as a guitar player, and granted I've, worked with a lot of great singers, and I've been able to play with a lot of established bands that were great. And they were like teaching, moments for me. But in my own bands personally, like it was really frustrating, because I think the biggest problem that I had was, if you're with a group of people who don't want it as bad as you do, they hold you back.
Right. Right.
So I had to learn really fast that if I wanted to, progress my own music, because doing stuff as a hired gun was a little different, because, you're basically for hire. But if I wanted to do my own stuff, I really had to start singing, because, a lot of times the singer is really the focal point of the band.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because of that, they tend to have a lot of control, because a lot of times, unless you're the Beatles, right, or Van Halen, guitar players can be replaced, right?
Right.
And you're going to be a lot quicker to not just like leave, but like it's not as easy for you to be able to sort of project the growth if you're not in that singer's position. So I started singing because I definitely got frustrated with sort of following everybody else,
I
and
understand
having to
that.
sort of not be able to control my own destiny as just a guitar player in my original bands.
Mm-hmm.
Again, hired gun life is a little different, but for that, for sure. So I think that's a long answer to your question, but yeah, that's honestly why I started singing, is because it was hard to deal with some of the personalities and sort of just having to go with the flow. And I'm Italian, so that's hard for me as it
Well,
is.
you know what?
So
Wait, Smooth.
that's kind of
More
how we
than
got
just
here,
an Italian, let me just state, it's because you're Pisces, because you're only going to take so much. I'm going to give it to you that you are my girl because your birthday is March 2nd and mine is March 3rd. Hello.
Oh, it's almost
Hello.
our birthdays, Pisces girls. Happy birthday.
Yes, we don't take that stuff.
Almost.
And good for you for going out on your own. Smooth, I'm sorry, you were going to
No,
say.
I was going to highlight what she said, which I think is very important no matter what you're doing, whether like the Queen and myself, what we do, and or if you're a band, you have to have a vision. And if they don't share the same vision,
Mm-hmm.
you're
It's
just
hard.
going to be
It's
spinning
hard,
your
for
wheels.
sure.
So that's
And
sometimes you're right.
I mean,
Recruiting the right people He may not be the greatest guitar player in my city, but he shares the same vision, the same with, whatever particular member of the band. And once you are a
Important.
cohesive group, people are going to recognize where you're going.
Well, she is her own group doing her own thing. In fact,
Amen.
you're a role model for other female artists, as well as those who strive to get established in the music industry. So, how might you describe your music, your style, and the versatility to someone meeting you for the first time?
Sure. Well, for me, I mean, there's a lot of aspects of it, and I'm sure that you guys have probably heard this and agree with it, but it depends on your goals really in terms of being versatile. And for me especially, I've had to be versatile. And if I knew, as an original artist, my heart is always in rock, right? And it's in sort of like that active rock space, modern rock space where it's not real heavy, but it's not pop either, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that type of genre is phasing out a little bit for the harder stuff. So I've had to sort of learn to adapt in order to stay commercial and hope to get, songs on the charts and streams on Spotify and all that good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that me as an artist, definitely all over the chart, but a lot of that, whether it's hard rock, soft rock, pop rock, or even some country, is again, it's a struggle to find originality in a commercial setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to try and progress and, be able to hopefully make a living off of some of this stuff. So, um, that's definitely another long answer to your question, but
That's all
I
right.
mean, you got to enjoy it and you got
Right.
to find your space while still navigating everybody else's space, And I mean, some people are not into that, right? Their style is it live or die, which I definitely appreciate. And I was definitely like that as well, for a time. And I still record music just for myself, the stuff that I enjoy, but not necessarily everybody else enjoys. So I think that you have to really weigh what you want versus your musical style and kind of learn to adapt and change that, which is something that I've definitely done over the years. And I'm sure a lot of artists have. I mean, if you listen to the big guys, a lot of them, Shinedown is a great example. Like they have changed 100% with the commercial aspect of radio. And I mean, I love Shinedown. I respect them, but I think that's a great example. And um, so yeah, sorry, long answer to the question, but I'm all over the chart and anyone, looking to get into music, I think it's an important to weigh those two things,
I do
what you
too.
want to do versus what you love and find a middle ground.
I do too.
Let
I
me ask
agree.
you, what is your hook? What's unique about
Say
you? What is your hook? What is unique about you above others that should allure people to come and listen to your music and watch your stage performance? What's unique and what is your hook?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I just put my heart into everything. And I mean, for me, my music is very riff driven. So if you're interested in seeing a girl shred and sort of sing at the same time, some catchy, rock stuff, I think that hopefully I'm the place for you. And like I said, music is great because there's so much of it. And with, all the technology that we have, you can, see and feel music everywhere. And I just hope that again, if you love that edgy rock that's riff driven and, bass drum driven and, female driven, that, you'll give me a chance and come to a show or give me a
Right on.
stream.
I agree. And I definitely agree about the versatility. I think that that's the way you should be, but be your own authentic self while being versatile, you know.
Sure.
So before I go
That's
any,
the trick.
yeah, it is. It is. Before I go any further, though, I must take a pause and shout out the beautiful, the hardworking owner and my friend at Wake Up Music Group, Wake Up Music Rocks, the one and only audience. Give it up for Pepper Gomez. Yeah. You can check
Absolutely.
out the fantastic artist that she represents by going to wakeupmusicgroup.com. Had to give that plug in because she is hardworking too. I love female queens that's out here no matter what, but doing it, moving forward,
Mm.
positivity, bringing it. Because I'm not hating on men, but some men, they think they dominate everything. Even in the music. I mean, have you had any guys that intimidated about your talent, about what you do? It is what it is, but they got to move over because it's a new time and day. We women are
And
doing it.
that was the hardest part, I think, for me was the guy factor. Because especially when I was first starting out and I was young, and I remember I had my first record deal and I was really excited. And I come from a place that has a very rich local music scene, which was great. but dominated with dudes, you know? And
Right.
so I remember like, and I mean, it's easy to say this, but anytime my friends succeed, and I tried explaining this, you know, in the community, anytime any one of us succeeds, excuse me, it shines a light on us, you know, and some of the
Right.
other executives or whatnot are going to say, hey, what are these people doing in this place, you know, that's
Mm-hmm.
making good music? But they didn't see it that way. It was very competitive, and I don't know if it was a girl guy thing, but it felt like it, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and it was very boys clubbish, which I didn't understand because again, if one person succeeds, and it wasn't just my band, you know, but lots of bands from this area, why shouldn't we celebrate that? And, you
Right.
know, be happy that a light is shining on us versus, I don't know. It's very weird vibes. And I've had a lot of creepy dudes and angry ones and jealous
Right.
ones. And it's just weird. It's weird to me because again, I like to see people succeed because again, especially people I know, because that means, hey, we're doing something right here, you
Right.
know?
Can't
So,
we all get
and I'm
along?
sure,
Gee.
Queen Sylvie, that you've probably had the same experience as you're doing your thing out here.
Oh, you wouldn't believe some of the stories that I've had. I mean, I'm not even going to get into it, but you're right. Especially as a comedian, don't try and heckle me. I will break you down naked on a stage. Have I, Tim? I mean,
Amen.
this
I
man
love
got up
it.
and challenged me, but I'm like, anyways, moving on. You launched your solo career. Am I correct in 2019?
Right. Yep.
Okay,
Right
so
around
and you
then.
just mentioned which actually is my next question is this being with Wake Up Music Group your first label signing too?
For yeah, for this project specifically, yeah, it was, which was really awesome. I got to meet Pepper. Actually, I think I didn't meet her formally, but I was on tour with another Wake Up Music band in 2019, and so that's kind of how we got introduced, and we stayed in touch over the years. And then she reached out to me, I think in 23, early
Mm.
23, and she said that she wrote this song and really wants, you know, a female artist to sing it. You know, can we team up for the project? So I was like, sure. I was honored that someone asked me, you know, to do that. And the song is My Sweet Burning Heart, which I think that you guys might play later
Yeah.
on.
Hmm.
And so she tapped me to do it, which was really exciting. I was really honored by that. Wasn't really expecting anything of it. And the song did really well. I think we went to number 1 on the DRT, and we stayed on the DRT for over a year, which was
Ah,
great.
all right.
And we worked so well together at that point that she offered me a deal to do my own music. So that's kind of how we came about,
Hey,
which, you know,
you know
it was
what? Things
awesome.
happen for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And this can be just the right path to take you to a whole nother level. But why now? I mean, why Wake Up Music Group? I mean, did you have to like search into it? Because you know, out here there's a lot of people out here that has their own agendas before your agendas. Not just the men in
Right.
the groups when you're in a band, but there's a lot of people out here. Now I stand by Wake Up Music Group by all means, but why? Why did you decide now is the time to do this? I mean, were you looking to
Sure.
be signed to at a
Well,
label since being out as a solo artist?
yeah. So I had my first song that I put out ever was called Lifetime, and it was a duet with me and another singer who already had great success. And that sort of got the wheels turning for me in the industry. And I
Mm,
had a lot of people come to me, a lot of managers, a lot of, you know, distribution people, a lot of radio agents come to me wanting to work together, which was great. In a way, to build your own team instead of going through a label, it can be interesting because, you know, despite your kind of having to bankroll those pieces, you retain 100% ownership, right? So I got a lot of propositions, which was, you know, good and exciting. And I wasn't really looking for a label at that time either, because I had this notion that I wanted to, you know, sort of build my own label services team versus going through a label
right.
myself, because I thought, hey, I can do this, you know, and it helps me to retain the rights and the music, you know. So if something does go really well, nobody would sort of have control over destiny but me, you know. So I did that for my next release, which I think was in 2022. And the people that I ended up picking were like scammers, is a nice way to put it. It was awful, a terrible, terrible experience. So after that, I was super beat down by it because the song I put out I thought was really, really good and probably could have been my song, but because I released it, you know, with the wrong group of people, which was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. Like this
You know that
manager, she said
story.
that she was Corey Taylor's cousin, and she's best friends with Aaron Lewis from Stained and worked at Capitol Records for 30 years. She had this huge resume,
Talk
and
the
it turns
talk.
out that it was all like fake. So, but I learned that 2 weeks before the song was coming out, so it was too late. So I had to really scramble to get it together, and it was awful. So, I was kind of fed up with music at that point. I was exhausted. I'm like, why do people do this? You know, why do people the fakeness? It was ridiculous. And then all of a sudden, a year later, you know, Pepper sort of pops up and she says, "Hey, would you be interested in working together on this one song?" And I was like, "Okay," you know, and I had so much fun with that process, that and working with Pepper and seeing that there are still good people out there that aren't going to take advantage, and you know, all of that
Good for
stuff.
you.
And so when the record deal came up, or talk of a record deal, I was like, you know what, let's do it, let's try it.
Good for you.
And she's been nothing but supportive of me and my life, and because I have a lot of things in my life at all times, and it just felt like the right thing to do. Long story again, but
Well,
to get to
good
the
for
point,
you.
that it
not
just
for
was, it was
you.
comfortable,
And-
and I was super let down after that first experience. So you know,
Well, on the same topic, Queen and I have a very good friend that
Yeah.
lost her entire song because scrupulous people like you're talking. So people,
Yeah.
what you're saying, people need to pay attention to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Well,
it is very important to who you're working with and what's their motivation.
Well, good for you though, because that's some hell of an
crazy.
experience. And then Pepper come along and put you up on the pedestal that you deserve to be on, and guide you and be a part of a team that's supportive. And because that whether you're signed to a label or not, it's important to have a team, to have those in your corner that have your back. But you're multi-talented, you're intelligent, you're doing a lot of things. What else are you passionate about besides music?
Sure. Well, you may have seen, I'm a big horse lover. And actually, as it's current, I have a nonprofit of my own where we help retired racehorses transition into homes, in hopes to avoid, you know, slaughterhouses and such. So that's my favorite thing in the world to do. It takes up a lot of my time. I'm very grateful for my music team, my booking agent, and of course everybody at Wake Up that is allows me to also do that, because it's very time consuming. But I love the horses. I was born into race horses, and I never really, you know, stopped loving them. So it's my way to be able to, you know, be connected to it.
That is so awesome. I'm telling you, I'm a horse head. Well, Tim's a horse head too. We don't own horses, but I'm a horse head. I love beautiful horses. And I was going to show a picture of a horse. But when I started looking, I'm like, I got to show a little bit of something more. So, hey, check this out.
Aw.
Wow. See what I mean? They're just gorgeous. Like, how many do you currently have to take care of?
How many do I have to take care of?
Yeah.
Sorry, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, at the moment, I don't have any. I'm a very fair weather horse person, so they're all on vacation right now. But in the summer, we usually have about 6.
Wow.
So it keeps us busy for sure.
Now, real quickly, are those rescues all trotters, or do you do thoroughbreds too?
Just the trotters right
Just the
now.
trotters?
I grew up in that the harness racing
Harness.
universe, and they're very under resourced. So I sort of focus all of my energy on, you know, supporting that community
That's
as much as
great.
I can.
That's so great, so great. I love and admire the wide range of versatility and the skill that you possess. I mean, music, horses, and even law. What audience give it up to her? You go, girl. Licensed attorney in the state of New
My
York.
God.
Ah, you know.
I definitely we don't sleep much here, but it's okay. Yeah, hold on one second, guys. Sorry, we're having
But I
a
mean,
technical.
I'm sure that you know the ins and outs, of law. That can be an asset to you, as well as those in their music
She
industry.
can draw up her own legal contracts, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know. It finally paid off when I got the record deal. I could read over my own contract. But
Right? Right?
I knew that just in case I didn't pursue music full time for the rest of my life, I needed something else, in the background. And what I didn't really think about at the time was that it actually could, come in handy for the music stuff. And now legally, I help a lot of my friends all over the business, a lot of great bands, that I support legally and helping them navigate all kinds of issues
Hey,
because unfortunately, kind of similar to what I went through, a lot of there's a lot of bad people inherently that try to feed off creative people, so there's always chaos and things going on. So I am fortunate now that I chose law because again, I'm able to give back also to the music community and sort
right.
of, hopefully be an asset to some
That's
of my
great.
musical friends that are just trying to do their thing and do it in peace because sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, sometimes they just don't know, and when they find out, they're up against the wall on something. But tell me, Molly,
Right,
what
right.
what is it that, give me your opinion. What is it that artists should be doing to make sure their businesses are in order from a legal standpoint?
Sure. Well, the first thing I recommend is incorporating, as a company to be able to have some sort of shield from liability, and two, to add all your assets into your company so that they're somewhat protected. Obviously, copywriting all your songs and trademarking your name, any type of protection you can add to yourself only brings value to, your brand and what it's worth to a potential label. So if you go to a label and you have a company with all of your assets in there, whether it's a book of copyrights, trademarks, etc., that makes you worth more to them and you have a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
bargaining power. So it's
Right?
really important to legally protect all of your stuff. And again, I always recommend to all my artists to definitely incorporate as an LLC or something in your state to make sure that you're adding to your brand, you're adding to your assets. And just because you can't touch property doesn't mean it's not worth something. And that's why they call it
Right?
intellectual property. And that's exactly what we do. So that's my biggest piece of advice and where a lot of people go wrong all the time. And the second thing I would say is if you're negotiating a contract, whether it's management, booking, anything, make sure to call a lawyer to make sure that, everything's in check because a lot of them don't.
Right?
And, that
That's good
that goes without saying
information.
it causes
That
issues.
is exceptional information that a lot of artists need to get to. Do some of them come to you for your opinion or your help because they did a gig and they didn't pay them?
Oh yeah, that happens a lot of also sometimes band disputes, more often than not though, I would say it's this whole element of this whole sort of economy of these scammers of, these people who call themselves managers,
Mm-hmm.
these people who call themselves this and that, and a lot of them create these very predatory deals that are very hard to, navigate out of. So between entering into contracts that they have no business entering into and or sort of having their stuff stolen,
Mm.
and then of course chasing down people for money like you said, not getting paid, those three things are probably the biggest
Yeah.
issues we always have.
Yeah. I'm not mentioning her name, but I have a celebrity friend that went through that very thing when it comes to getting paid on a very big gig. You trust the guy, you're going to get your money
Of
later.
course.
They didn't pay her and she ended up having a heart attack. And I think that's terrible because me as a
God.
performer, especially these days, when they call me to come on stage, listen, I want my money. I don't care if it's a Sunday. You can't tell me the banks are closed when there's PayPal, Zelle. There's a million ways to send me my money.
Exactly.
I ain't getting on
Show
stage.
me the money.
Yeah, yeah. But music,
Show me the money.
that's right.
Exactly.
Music is powerful. It's a powerful form of emotional expression, and that's my opinion. But for you, Queen Molly, what is music to you?
I mean, it's my whole life, really. Like, I don't know who or what I would be doing if I didn't have it. So, I mean, for me, again, it's just it's the way of life. It's everything to me. Again, everything I have today is because of music. So, um, it's everything.
So, how many albums or EP, CDs, singles? Tell me what you have currently available.
I have a bunch of singles out. I think three or four, maybe. And we are releasing a new single here in a few days, which is exciting.
Yeah.
and hopefully an EP to follow. And I hope everybody, goes and gives us a stream or a share or a like or whatever it is, and of course enjoys it.
Right. Well, the Queen Silvy Show, we're honored. We are honored to showcase the great music of Molly Diago. And you have that new single for us to release. And I'm like, geeked. I'm like, geeked to present it here. The name of the song is Chained. That's the name of the tune. And I believe it's featuring someone special on there. Tell me about the song and who this special featured guest is.
It is. So the feature on the song is rapper Jackson Wilder. It's his very first track ever. He is still in high school himself, so it was exciting for me to be able to, weave in a kid into this, just because, again, when I was in high school, this is when I started, and all of this excitement and stuff, it's been full circle for me. So he's really excited to have his first tune out, as am I, and I'm happy to sort of, give that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. That's great, though. And we're going to play, actually, the music video of Chain. Do you want to give any shout outs or credits to the team that helped make this happen?
Yeah, Adam Edwards made this lyric video, and he did a great job. And he did it really fast because, like, a month ago, the song didn't even exist. So everybody's had to move really fast. So
wow.
Thank you to him. And, we're all impressed. So
what are you most satisfied about the song?
Most satisfied about the song? Just the way that it came together. Like, some songs, they kind of go in different directions, than you sort of originally intend. So this song was definitely a very quick thing. Again, like a month ago, it didn't even exist. So I think being able to work with, I worked with a couple of writers and a producer, Miles Claiborne, who is, a really, really big asset in this process and helping me work through, the riffs and the instrumentation behind it. So all the people who came together on this, I guess that was most satisfying. It was a team effort.
Well, hats off to everyone who participated with this great song, the production of it, the music video you're about to enjoy, and exclusive because it's not even going to be released till the 29th in just a few more days, right? January
31st. Yep.
January 31st. Okay, 31st. Hey, that's my daughter's birthday, the 31st. All these birthdays we got, girl.
All these birthdays.
I know.
It's the universe.
Well, it's terrible because my birthday is actually every day. I'm not even just more March 3rd. Exactly. I am every day. But let's enjoy Molly Diago with the newest released single, Chained, right here on The Queen Silvy Show.
Truth in the cracks beneath your skin. You search for home, but the darkness pulls you in. Hear it echo through the night. You feel the rush as it crawls beneath your veins. You tell your mom that you love her, it's in vain. Taste your peace behind goodbye.
Chase is written now. It's too late and the dark will you in. The fight is over, let the shadows begin.
to your disease.
Yes, yes, Chained. That's a great song. Has a lot of meaning. I can understand and relate to that right there. And I love the colors and the graphics on there. Very good. I didn't even know it was a video till today. I was ready to play the song. So man, you really was doing it in a month, creating and getting all of that in the upfront. Is this single out just as a single, or is it going to be part of an album or CD?
It's going to be part of a greater EP, hopefully that will
EP.
be done releasing in pieces
Okay.
over the summer sometime.
That's how you do it. A lot of artists these days, that's how it's done. Singles, 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 then pop out the best of the things. But generally, because you have other singles out and you have an album out, generally, what do you write about?
All kinds of stuff. A lot of I feel like I gravitate towards a lot of like sort of breakup stuff because it's easy to relate to, I feel like. And everybody's going through something, whether it's a
Right?
breakup in a relationship, a friendship, going through a hard time at work or whatnot. It's just relatable stuff. And
Right.
that song is actually a little bit about addiction, but also in the same way, really loving somebody and them not being able to see, that there's a better life out there, right? And it gets frustrating, I think, to be that person. So specifically, that's what that tune is about. But I kind of am
Very
all over the
good.
map, depending on what I'm feeling that day.
Well, what might trigger you or inspire you to write?
Sad things happening, unfortunately, sad things or angry things or anything that involves some level of drama, I think definitely inspires some stuff. Because again, that's when you're feeling the height of emotion,
Mm-hmm.
and it's easy to capture that in a way that's relatable for me. And that's, I've been songwriting for a long time. And so I think that I just wait for those juicy things to happen. And then, I hit the notebook.
And that's a smart thing, too, because it's therapy, getting it out.
Oh, 100%. It's definitely cathartic, to be
Yeah.
able to get it out.
Were you
Oh,
going to say
oh,
something?
I had a real quick question. Are you ever inspired by what you hear or what you see happening at the bar you may be playing at? And you say, you know what, that conversation or that whole event might make a damn unique song.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I was fortunate enough to do some ghostwriting before I started this whole sort of solo mission. So a lot of times with that, and I had a writing partner, and we would come to our writing meetings and just talk about what we did that day, because, and again, I might not find it, interesting or out of the ordinary, but he would sort of look at it a different perspective. And, just what you said, oh, that conversation you had, over shrimp at the supermarket. What
Mm-hmm.
about this? What about this word? So for sure, I think everyday things can be definitely interesting in the right perspective.
I agree. I agree. So, as we set out to achieve goals in our careers, we learn a great deal about ourselves and test our own endurance, through it all. You've been through it. You shared a couple of testimonies of that experience. But over the years and through it all, Molly, what do you learn about yourself through this whole process and experience?
Definitely a lot. I think that the biggest thing is just the resilience to be able to navigate all of these things. And I think that one thing personally that I'm sort of grappling with is a lot of my life has been, constantly changing, constantly chasing, number one or chasing another milestone. And so now in life, I'm at the point where, I've transitioned my energy into a lot of different ways, whether it be music or this nonprofit thing or the horses or law. And so I think that, as I grow up, I'm trying to figure out, okay, when is the end of that? Right? When are we done being competitive? When are we allowed to just live in the moment? So I
Right?
think the biggest thing I've learned about myself is just that, you know, um, I like the chase, right, of stuff. I like the chase and I enjoy being able to be in an industry like music where that's the name of the game. So I'm just proud of myself for navigating all these things and always, staying on my game and trying to be competitive and exciting and hopefully, with a hope to inspire other people to do the same.
Absolutely. You're a queen warrior. I mean, doing so many fantastic things. I
So are
just
you, friend?
know you are. So currently, right now, what's one goal that you're still working to achieve?
I would love to have a number one rock song under my own name. So
Ah,
I don't know if this one's gonna be it, but man, we always hope.
right? Ooh, I would love for that too, especially for all the little male. And I'm not hating on you men, but I'm gonna just call the ones out. The little males, second looking at me all and talking all of this talk and doubting. Catch my dust. Get in line. Get in line with the
Amen,
rest of them.
sister.
Yes.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw another quick question on. Is there any person and or band that you would say I would really love to collaborate with them and do a single cut, see how it goes, see where it goes?
Yeah. So one band that I've always loved my whole entire life, and I've been fortunate enough to actually become friends with some of them. So it could be a dream of someday. But All American Rejects, I absolutely love them. I've loved them since I was a little kid, and they've kind of fallen off the radar now. But I think that the type of music that they did, especially when I was growing up, in the I guess late '90s, early 2000s, is like that's my favorite stuff. So I would love to be able to put out a song with them someday. And they're great guys as well. So weird sort of low key band now, but I don't know. Not entirely rock, but a little pop, a little this, a little that. But I
Well,
love
it,
them,
it
and
can
that would be a
happen.
dream for sure.
It can happen. The sky is the limit when you're steadily putting in effort, when you're goal oriented, doing so much. Queen Molly, hey, keep on shining, keep grinding, keep soaring successfully in all these adventures you're doing. Plus, the greatest part is that you have some old school new fans right here who's going
Love
to be
it.
following you. And we always wishing you the best. But do you have personally a motto or words to live by keeps you going?
Yeah, just keep swimming. That's it. Just keep swimming
Keep
because again, life can throw out crazy things, and I think the fun of it is learning how to navigate those things. So whether you want to go to law school in the back of a tour bus, or you want to start a nonprofit and do some good, or you want to have a song on the rock charts, just do it.
right.
And whether it takes 30 days or 30 years, just keep swimming and you'll get there eventually, I promise.
I like
But
that.
and I would also like to say, on a side note, thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it, and I appreciate all you do for not only the wake up artists but all the artists out there that you have a platform for. It's really,
Absolutely.
really important to be able to support people like me to do what we do and to keep us moving. So thanks to both of you, and of course it's an honor to be
Oh
able
my
to
God.
debut
Oh my
the
God. Oh my
video on the
God,
Queen
Molly. Oh
Silvy
my
show.
God, Molly. Thank you so very
And I'm
much.
glad to hear her dedication. We have a friend that's been in the business over 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
and he still tours,
You
Yes,
go, girl.
still tours over
he
200
does.
days a year
Yes, he
because he
does.
loves what he's doing.
I don't
You
know
gotta
how
be
he does
passionate
it
and love what you're doing.
and plays that guitar like King Blues Man, but he does out of Texas.
I love it.
It's crazy. But before we go out with another hit song, tell everybody how you can be followed on social media.
At Molly Diago, MOLLYDAGO. We're on pretty much every platform, including TikTok if it's still there.
Right? They're playing with people's head right now. Don't get me started talking. I don't do politics on the show. That's Tim's show on Wednesdays, but I just had to say it. That. Ugh.
Mhm.
But anyways,
Wait,
Crazy
one of the big three will buy him up. You don't have to worry.
See, I
It'll be
tell
one
you.
of somebody here will buy him up, and you'll be back on TikTok.
I actually don't care.
Who
To
cares,
be
though?
honestly, I could give a.
Yeah, if TikTok is your only platform, you're in trouble anyhow.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyways, moving on. You mentioned the song earlier, and this is the one that we will be playing, "My Sweet Burning Heart." Tell me about the song. What you want the listeners to take from it?
Sure. So I didn't write the song actually. Pepper Gomez did, our queen over at Wake Up Music, and it's definitely a dip into country music for me that I don't usually do. So it's fun to do it. The music video was awesome. Produced by Dom's Nuts, who's the best, and we hope you like it.
It's a great song. I'm telling you, you're doing some great things. I'm honored to meet you and to have you on the Queen Silvy Show. Know that you are welcome back at any time. You can drop a Avon order, and I will get online and say, "Hey, Molly Diago got an Avon order," and whatever I will represent. That's what we do here. But I'm honored to have you, and I'm honored to present to you My Sweet Burning Heart by Molly Diago. Check it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell me that you love me as you go and watch me cry. My sweet burning heart, my sweet burning heart. Tell me that you need me and you go and bleed me dry. My sweet burning heart, my sweet burning heart. And there's a very special place in between dream and awake where I found you. Yeah, I found you. When you look up at the sky, do you see my eyes? And if you love me like in my mind, couldn't you just try it? Pick the pieces of this shattered glass up off the floor, 'cause from the start I felt my heart has always been yours. It's always been yours. You tell me that you know me, but you don't see me hurt. My sweet burning heart, my sweet burning heart. I still hear you whisper her name at night. My sweet burning heart, my sweet burning heart. There's a very special place in between dream and awake where I found you, where I found you, yeah. When you look up at the sky, do you see my eyes? And if you love me like in my mind, couldn't you just try it? Pick the pieces of this shattered glass up off the floor, 'cause from the start I felt my heart has always been yours. There's a very special place in between dream and awake where I found you, where I found you, yeah. When you look up at the sky, do you see my eyes? And if you love me like in my mind, couldn't you just try it? Pick the pieces of this shattered glass up off the floor, 'cause from the start I felt my heart has always been yours. It's always been yours. From the start I felt my heart has always been yours.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, Molly.
Told you there was some super greatness
She
we had in
rocks.
store for you Queen.
It had a
Molly
nice
is-
little country bounce to it, though, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I love the versatility. If you can bring it in every way. You know, shoot, there's money in every genre. Give it to me.
Well, hey, and versatility is the key. If you're going to be out there trying to make a living out of this,
Authentic versatility, not the kind where there's people in the industry that try to make you, mold you. No, I'm doing my thing.
There's
I'm
that
in my
too.
path. So yeah, she's doing it. She's with the great Pepper Gomez, Queen Pepper Gomez of Wake Up Music Group, Wake Up Music Rocks. You can go and get connected with Molly Diago and so many more guests, so many more artists at wakeupmusicgroup.com. Follow Molly Diago, Molly MOLLYDAGO, and get connected on all social media platforms, Facebook, everywhere. Follow her. Let her know what you think about her music. She's doing some great things, multi-talented, doing some great things. And well, I'm a fan now.
me too.
I can't help it. I am a Molly Diago fan, and you should be too. We enjoyed the newest release, Chained, which is to be released January 31st. That's in so many days, so we're honored that we were able to present it and give you a head start and go and get it. You've seen it right there. And we ended the show with My Sweet Burning Heart, another great song too by Molly Diago. So please, if you will, do what you got to do. Follow her, get connected, and enjoy some great music. So, what I'm going to enjoy right now, you ask? Well, I've only had a cup of tea, and I must have a plate of
Crumpets?
Food. No, crumpets is not enough.
No tea and crumpets.
Yeah, no. The tea was earlier. I'm like, bring it on right now. I'm ready to go and smash and have a great fun. I want you to go out and enjoy yourself, make the most of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. But know that today is Tuesday. Some people don't realize it. That's Tuesday, and tomorrow's Wednesday, which is Tim's Tidbits. Woo! It's gonna be a really hot show. I'm not even gonna mention it. Smooth.
I won't talk about what happened on Monday.
Oh boy, you're in for it. And you're also gonna find out who's the asshole of the week. And well, I've gotten at least 3 of them already for the week of assholes. But let's find out on his show, Tim's Tidbits, tomorrow. That's Wednesday. It's in the evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Check your time zones, but join us for that. And come on back on Thursday, because that's the Now You Know show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim. Great kings and queens from all over bring you inspirational, encouraging, motivating. And in fact, it
is a potpourri of entertainment, my queen.
Yes, it is a potpourri of entertainment, all coming from the hearts just for you. We showcase a hot music video or a different type of video. However, we're going to have a video showcase that we're going to showcase for you, as well as the Now You Know show question of the week, where good people video in their answer to the show question of the week. The Now You Know show on Thursdays is in the evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, do check your time zones, but join us there. Smooth's going to tell you how we can be followed on social media, how you can get connected, and possibly be a guest on the Queen Silvy Show or come aboard with the Now You Know show. Smooth.
If you would like to accomplish any of the above, look, you'll see scrolling www.thequeensilvyshow.com. Go ahead and go over to that website. Go to the contact tab, scroll on down, drop his message in your email, and we'll get back with you. Also, if you want to catch up on some of the past shows, simply go to YouTube and drop in The Queen Silvy Show in the search engine there. You'll get the results of all 3 of our shows and some other stuff that we're involved in. And while you go to our page, we would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to us.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, hey, I'm ready to eat.
I'm ready to join you with that food, Smooth. So with that said,
till next week, same queen time, same queen station. We'll holla. Bye, folks.